morning, everybody. This is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by Money Block with your opening bell look at Europe. Europe is now online and open, and taking a look at the major indices and so forth. We want to take a start in Germany. Germany's DAX just hovers below flatline right now early in the session, with Deutsche Bank, Lufthansa, and Commerzbank basically exerting some pressure on the DAX. These three names are down between 1.6% and 1.9% respectively. Now you are seeing names like BMW, Continental, SAP, Merck, all now showing some strength and some gains early in the session, up about 1/10% to 0.5%, but still not enough to get it into the green. EWG, the ETF, is trading at $26.36. The weekly options that have 2 days left are pricing in a range of around 37 cents, either up or down for this $26 ETF. The monthly range right now is around 74 cents for the $26.36 ETF. We're going to want to watch very critical levels that need to be held if this German ETF is going to continue to the upside. 25.83 and 25.61 are two critical levels that need to be held if the bulls aren't going to come under some short-term and mid-term pressure. Now, taking a look at the UK and the FTSE, it's outperforming with about 0.5% to the upside. You're seeing strength in miners like BHP, Billiton, Rio Tinto, as well as Anglo American. They're leading the way up about 3.5% to 4.1% respectively. You're also seeing Burberry, HSBC, Royal Dutch Shell, and BP are also adding between 0.8% and 1.1% early in the session. Now, EWU is the ETF that tracks stocks in the FTSE, trading at $30.44. The weekly options with 2 days left are pricing in a range for the EWU ETF of around 21 cents, either up or down. You're also seeing a 24-day range of right around 78 cents for the $30.44 ETF. Now, critical levels that need to be both supported and broken if we're going to see the bulls continue to have traction in the UK. 30.68, 30.31, and 31.20. These are critical levels that need to be held, 30.31, and broken, 30.68, if we're going to start to see some momentum and challenge some long-term resistance at 31.20 in EWU, which tracks the stocks in the FTSE UK index. Now, taking a look at France and the CAC, also holding a small marginal loss right now. Declines, they're coming in the financial and select consumer names. Growth and growth-sensitive names are coming under pressure here in the French CAC. AXA, BNP Paribas, Crédit Agricole, and Société Générale are all under pressure, as well as L'Oreal and Carrefour, all showing losses early in the session between 0.3% and 1.1% respectively. You are seeing some large cap names like Mattel, Technip, as well as Total, all up between 0.5% and 1.9% respectively. EWQ is the ETF that tracks stocks in the French CAC. It's trading at $24.43. The monthly options, in other words, the next 24 days, the options are pricing in a range for this $24.43 ETF of around 78 cents. Critical levels that are going to need to be held are going to be 23.91 and 23.95. You're also going to want to see 24.18 held as well if we're going to continue to see this uptrend in France and EWQ. Any break of these levels is going to start to put some pressure, short-term and mid-term, on this ETF. Also, taking a look at the European sovereign debt yields, they're broadly lower this morning as there's a clear divergence between U.S. bonds and Euro bonds. Taking a look at the French 10-year OAT, down 7 basis points to 0.67%. You're seeing the German Bund, the 10-year Bund, down 7 basis points to 0.19%. You're also seeing the UK 10-year gilt down 4 basis points at 1.16%. So here in the States, if you look at the 2-year, the 5-year, the 10-year, and the 30-year, all of those are in the green this morning. In other words, you're starting to see that the gap and how much the bonds are rising in Europe is significant at this juncture. We want to keep an eye on that as we get into the tail end of this year. Looks to be some tightening up, maybe buying some safety going into the year end with some uncertainty going into the new year. All right, folks, that's it for right now for taking a look at the opening action here in Europe. We're going to be back at 9:30 Eastern time where we will be looking at all the open action on the U.S. markets. Till then, have a great trading day.